Number 10, the Ginky Manapult from Saints Row. What better way to start out the countdown than with a vehicle that quite literally launches people? It has never been so much fun sucking people up into a cannon to blast them sky high, or into a road sign. Saints Row definitely had some creative juices flowing when they added this vehicle to the mayhem already present in this title. Number 9, the Ferrari Testarossa from Outrun. A good majority of gamers will remember this from years of trying to impress the girl riding shotgun. The Ferrari has always been a dream car for most, but this version of it proves that once you get the car, you don't always get the girl, unless you know how to put the pedal to the metal. Number 8, the G6155 Interceptor from Spy Hunter. Spy Hunter throws you behind the wheel of the Interceptor while bombarding you with everything from other cars with some serious road rage issues to helicopters out for blood, all while traversing the world, taking different routes and trying to avoid annihilation. This classic armed to the teeth sports car will always live in our memories, but our fondness will always be of the original arcade version. Number 7, Chevy from the Driver series. Reminiscent of 70s car chases in TV and film, you play an undercover cop with sweet wheels. While you are the wheelman, your car is the true main character of the game. Instead of taking itself so seriously, the game embraces loose gameplay, which works great and gives the game more fun factor. These mechanics make this vehicle more memorable than most other games that are based on racing opponents. Instead, it's about racing this vehicle against time and your environment as you get in closer with the crime syndicate you are trying to take down. Number 6, the Chainsaw Motorcycle from Dead Rising. Okay, so slaying zombies, it's a chore, but it's a fun one. Usually you are using a melee weapon or a gun of some kind, but Dead Rising 2 allows you to craft your very own chainsaw motorcycle. If you've never had the distinct pleasure of gunning a motorcycle at high speed through hordes of zombies with chainsaws, you are really missing out. Number 5, Sweet Tooth's Ice Cream Truck from Twisted Metal. If and when you hear this ice cream truck headed down your street, we doubt you should go running towards it with a handful of money. Chances are you should be running for the hills or hiding as best you can, since Sweet Tooth does not use this truck to deliver treats to all the boys and girls in the neighborhood, but rather to inflict pain, death, and destruction onto whoever gets in the way. Iconic for years, this is the ice cream truck you don't want to stop when it comes passing by. Number 4, the GT Citroen from the Gran Turismo series. With tons of cars to pick from in any racing game, sometimes it's hard to pick one that stands out. The GT Citroen is one that does not conform to that belief, instead making most other cars in racing games look like a joke. Gran Turismo went for gusto with this car, making it one of the favorites in the series and in racing games in general. Honorable mention. Let's take a look at the vehicles that came close to crossing the finish line. The wagon from Oregon Trail. We have a hard time thinking of any other vehicle in a video game that you depended on more for the survival of your character and others. Oregon Trail taught us that not every memorable vehicle needs a Hemi or a turbo, but rather luck better be on your side, or surely life will punish you. The Trueno from Initial D. The Hachiroko is one of the most iconic vehicles in the Initial D anime series, and the game is no different. Speeding through the downhill on a mountain sounds fun, but once you get into this car, it becomes an experience. Drifting like a dream, the 8.6 will always be memorable, especially in a breakneck corner. Motorcycle from Excitebike. Excitebike was one of the first great motorcycle games in history, and for good reason. Your red motorcycle wasn't only dependent on good player control, memorizing tracks, and keeping the bike from overheating, but also a great tool for flattening your competitors. This bike is without a doubt, for an entire generation, one of the first things that comes to mind when you mention any game about motorcycles. The Moon Buggy from Moon Patrol. Released in 1982, ported to over 15 different platforms, the Moon Buggy from Moon Patrol has an impressive lifespan, especially considering it is one of the first side-scrolling action games. While driving through Sector 9 on the moon, avoiding obstacles like craters and mines, you had to battle tanks and UFOs and secure the area from some of the roughest goons in the galaxy. Sports car from Road Blasters. Who wouldn't want to tear down a highway, Uzi cannon blazing, mowing down enemies, and blasting any opposition away? It didn't matter whether you were firing cruise missiles at orange stingers or using the electro shield to drive over mines without being blown to bits. This sports car rocked the road in a way that hasn't been replicated since. Number 3, the M35 Mako from Mass Effect. Few things beat traversing a planet in a full-blown super tank, especially if that tank has the ability to go up nearly any mountain, blast enemies to bits with its mass accelerator cannon, a gun turret to mow down opposition, and micro thrusters to give you lift or turn on a dime. Its armor is designed to handle the conditions of nearly any planet you land on and withstand vicious firefights or battles with Thresher Maws. It can even travel through the conduit on Ilos with no problem. Number 2, Mario's Kart from the Mario Kart series. Iconic in every sense of the word, fans of this series will always remember the fun they had while using Mario to battle the likes of Bowser and Wario. or even taking his brother Luigi down a notch, or firing a turtle shell at the unsuspecting speeder Toad. Fun is the name of the game, and Mario's Kart is one of the most well-balanced in the series. Number 1, the Warthog from the Halo series. Ah yes, the M12 LRV. We prefer to call it the Warthog. This is without a doubt one of the most iconic vehicles, especially in modern gaming. This anti-infantry vehicle is loved by Halo fans around the world and is probably the most used vehicle in the Halo series. You can mow down enemies or blast them to bits, but either way, it is efficient, quick, and fun to drive. Its improved control mechanics make it an instant top-tier vehicle in video games, and it will continue to be an icon. Did you agree with our list? What iconic vehicles through the years have kept you revved up? We would love to hear about your top 10 vehicles in video games, so feel free to list them in the comments and tell us what you think. As always, thanks for gaming and thank you for watching.